Three, two, one, pills.
All right. Oh, opening up, I see a lot of doubles for Ibar, and he sees it as
Mhm.
well. Gets that double double. That's
Yeah,
just
very nice.
oh, but a misdrop there early on the level. He's looking kind of frustrated, and I think it's possible that we saw one from Swong as well. He looked like he was shaking his head also.
Yeah, I definitely think so. The way it was hung up, it didn't look like it was going to be layers down as Swung usually does. It just didn't seem to fit. He did not go for the horizontal blues there. I think that was a wise play. And his board is staying nice and even with this top line. So I like it better than I-bars because of the spires up on columns 1 and 8.
Yeah, Ibar was taking some drop time when you were saying that, and you could just see the
Hmm.
look on his face. It's just, come on, Doc. Why can't you make this run faster?
Definitely. But he's going to get a nice sweet tea once he drops down a blue. It's just he does not want that blue to be with red. So he abandons that plan.
It's an interesting choice. The way he had those reds stacked up, I thought maybe he was going to drop them down, but uh, he's trying not to tilt right now, and hopefully
Mm,
he does not. But yeah, the doctor's not giving him, clearly not giving him the pill fragments that he wants. Ah, there it goes. He's just gonna take what he can get. Meanwhile, Swong almost free and clear.
hmm
He's gonna need another yellow, and that double red is just gonna make everything fall down beautifully. He's out at a 140.
Very nice time. Meanwhile, we saw Ibar extremely frustrated, taking his hand off of the controller for a second. And look, I don't blame him. All of these blues, I think there were so many setups earlier where he used a lot of blue to try to get them going, and I think he might be regretting that now. Swang on the left hand side of the screen is this double red's going to be great for that horizontal, and with that, all garbage drops off the board. Amazing.
Yeah, he's really just knocking things out, and Ibar's a little tilted, and I can't say as I blame him. I ran into the same thing during my first game this month. It was such a train wreck, and yeah, that look on his face is exactly how I felt, and that we all see it. It happens to all of us, and all we can do at this point is wish Ibar the best on this one, and hope that for his sake that Swung gets a PB and a hot time and something that he can't replicate in the next game.
Yeah, exactly. When you're having a game that you're not a big fan of, you want your opponent to go for those PB strats. You want them to rip off their really good game. But uh, Ibar is doing pretty well here with this. This red red yellow is going to throw some horizontal off the board. I wonder if he's going to use. No, I thought he was going to wait for a red yellow up top on the left, but um, did not use it. Now, meanwhile, Swang is in a bit of a pickle here. This red is going to be what he wants. He's not going to be able to go sideways on that blue to open up options. It's just going to be sort of an old fashioned vertical, probably horizontal after that.
That seems to be what he's looking for, as he is out of this nine at a 335, and Ivar's getting some good pills. See if he's going to manufacture the
Hmm.
he's going to manufacture the good play, and at this point, why not? You're behind. You're frustrated. Just you throw the pills down. He sees exactly what he needs. He's going to get a nice cross. Everything for the fans here. That's what Ivar's doing, and yeah, it's great. It's great play, and everything that he's putting together is just magnificent. And really, he's only going to be about 30 seconds behind, as he's 410 out of level 9.
Yeah, and Swang tearing through this level 10, about a 16, 14 virus deficit for Ibar. And Swang did a great thing where he used a double red blitz to his advantage to actually set up stuff for the future. He did have the opportunity to put some of those double reds on top of open reds, but chose not to. So, really interesting play from him.
So not technically a misdrop, but a bit of a less than optimal play for Swong. I think I saw him kind of look at it kind of funny. He ended up setting that red yellow on top. He made a combo out of it, but I don't think that was the play he was looking for just a minute ago. But you know, overall, that's when that's the worst thing you can say about your play, then you're doing pretty well for yourself.
Hmm. And Swang finally tackling that right-hand side there, column 7 and 8, it looks like he's just gonna bring it down. He's setting up for a fat log. He has the time to wait for it, and he's gonna get it with this blue-red.
Yeah, fat logs always a crowd pleaser, and always a player pleaser as well. You know, you love seeing them on your own boards as much as you love seeing other people do them. Ivor not going to set up the same thing on his side, and you know, with everything he's got going on, I don't blame him there. But it does look like he's trying to set up possibly this. It's getting built up, but I think I see where he's aiming. There it is. Oh yeah, he's gonna need one more yellow to make that happen. That's a shucky darn for us if ever there was one. But he is gonna get a D sandwich.
Swang now, 36 viruses left to go on 11. Looks like he's been thinking a lot about what to do. You've seen him actually sort of go a little bit more slowly to try to figure out where that garbage is going to fall. But good stuff with the blues working there. Now he's got a lot of yellow that he's got to manage carefully to be efficient.
And the amount of garbage that he's got, that you know, that could be an in for Ibar here, who is really only about 20 viruses or so behind. Now that's quite a bit on the last level of block, but you know, if the RNG doesn't start acting right for Swang, and it looks like it has started, you know, that's certainly something
Ooh,
that could be done. But yeah, not with combos like that happening.
fat log L, much? Yeah.
What it looked like was just shut the door. That's what I would call that one. Shutting the door on your opponent.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and Ibar just needs this red to go horizontally, and he'll be able to tuck the yellow in between there. And he's going to take that red out in column 8 first and save the drop time. Not going to take that higher one off. And Ibar with 19 viruses, not gonna close this down, but
The
really
doc,
nice long L.
there he goes. The doc finally giving Swong the two extra reds he needs. He's out at a 730.
And considering the long distance that Ibar had to go after the first level, this is a pretty good pickup for him. And I hope that he's able to shake it off. Just get that first level 8 out of his mind because that was spectacularly tough for him.
Yeah, that eight was rough, but he made up for it with the 9 through 11. And here, as soon as the doc gives him a blue, there it is. We're gonna see him out at an 811. I mean, that's nothing to sneeze at, but he's gonna take a second, take a breather, get it
Hmm.
back, get back in his, get out of his own head, and get back at Dr. Mario for this just horrific first level RNG that he ended up with.
Definitely.
The doc's gonna have to pay for that one. Yep, there comes the gamer fuel. Yeah, the doctor's going away with this one with the blood with a black eye.
And the winner of this match is going to be facing Adelito. And having just faced him myself, I don't envy them that tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, who do you take a look at the semis as we have them already, and you go, who do I want? No,
Nobody.
no,
Nope. And
nope.
3, 2, 1, pills. It used to be that you looked at the bracket and you could look across it and say, well, okay, yeah, that's an easy takedown. And now whenever I see my bracket, I'm just like, no thanks. And that's how that's how good people have gotten at this game.
Yeah, that's you know, as I you've heard me say more than once, it's an any given weekend sort of situation here. There's not a player who's incapable of being taken down, and Ivar's here to prove that. And with that opportunity for a quad, yeah, I don't blame him at all for setting up for it. He will wait as long as is necessary. It's not going to be long. There it is, a quad
Nice.
into a combo. So you know what? He and the doctor are gonna start coming to an understanding if he keeps getting plays like that.
Yeah, it is a really close game right now due to plays like that. I mean, Swang at the beginning of the board just so clean and doing that amazing work where just the little clears had the pill halves on top of them that were gonna just drop down really nicely. And so this has just been really smooth sailing for Swang, but Ibar has a tiny bit of a lead here. It's actually just switching back and forth.
Yeah, and that is a testament to how strong a combo really is. We talk about them a lot, but in reality, it's not just swagger. Those things they reduce the number of pills that you need to take out your viruses, and it ends up with things like Adelito coming out at a 130 and getting about a 10-second head start on Swang.
Right, and I think you meant Ibar. I was a little
I did,
a little
yeah.
confused for a second.
I've
Yep.
heard myself almost say that about 3 times, and it finally happened. Yep, Ivar, not Adelito. I'm still stuck in that last game that went really well as well.
A really nice start from Ibar.
Yes, Ivar.
No, no, you're having me do it. This is terrible. Um, right. Now, Swang's having a little issue with the board. This blue barge in the middle, not very fun, but gets a beautiful sweet tea out of it. Never mind. Just never mind. It's fine.
And a fat log on Ivar's side.
Yeah,
These
this
guys
is
are just having fun.
yeah. Now, yellow's gonna be a problem for Swang in about a second. There's only that garbage or sliding things down to the bottom, which takes a little bit longer, but still he's working with that strat.
Yes, Ivar is down to pretty much red and yellow. Uh, Doing some really good work, finding ways of getting through that. I had a little bit of missing the next pill earlier, but he's found his way through. The doctor's giving him a bit of a pass, and he's holding on to this lead pretty well.
Mhm. And, part of that was and I don't know how I'd have to go back to the tape to see how much time or if any time it lost him, but Swang was really, really holding out for this one horizontal. And I don't know if it would have been faster to just sort of kill it at one point and go for a different play. Ivar's out at a 335, but Swang just needs a couple more blues to be out, and he'll be out at a 343.
So yeah, just a little bit of difference between these two. Ivar wants, there it is. He wants this beauty.
Nice.
That was a minute coming, but once it came, it was definitely worth it. So now, wow, just really deep down the board thinking from Ivar. That's the sort of thing that's got him where he is today, and we'll continue to see him grow. The same thing with this next play. Minimal garbage, everything just kind of dropping exactly where it needs to go there, Savage.
Yeah, but look at this giant combo from Swung down the center of the board, just taking out so much, followed by another one on the left-hand side. Again, that what we've come to expect from Swung, that garbage actually paying off a row down. Now on Ibar's side, it looks like he's let this get away from him.
Yeah, the misdrops have started multiplying. He
Hmm.
had one on the right-hand side of the board. He was in the process of fixing it and ended up with another one. The doctor is giving him some outs. It's going to take some time. And when you're facing Swang, time is never on your side.
Definitely not. Speaking of Swung, this board for him is really nice. Just about basically everything has a use. And this really nice combo down the left-hand side of the board just now. Now everything is in the center. So sweet tea from Swang there. He's got a lot of good opportunities to take things off the board.
Massive combo from Ibar as well, as these two are just trading combos. Again, it's like I said at the start of the match. These two are longtime players of the versus game. They've met, each other in the versus tournament, and those combos are exactly what you'd expect to see from a good versus player.
Hmm. Swung off to start on his level 11. Blue is going to be not very useful anymore, although knowing Swung, he's probably going to set it up with some strategic garbage. There he goes. And now that these red yellows are coming, things are opening up a little bit more for him.
Yeah, he's definitely got himself a good solid start to this board, although that lack of blue is going to really hurt him. As Ibar's out at a 612, 613, somewhere in that range, um, he's still got an opportunity to pass Swung here, but it's going to happen now, and looks like he's got the board to do it.
Yeah, these doubles looking really, really good on Ibar's board. I definitely want some red for him right now. And yeah, he'll be able to take down some of this pretty quickly. Although yellow is basically just blue is the most useful thing for Ibar right now.
He's okay. Yeah, he's taking some chances. He knows what it's going to take to get past this. He's going to give himself a little bit of garbage, but with a dozen viruses to go and a lot of combos set up and ready to fire off, it does look like Swang's going to take this one, but Ibar is still just doing a really good job. Um, but yeah, Swang just, what can you do? Guy is blazing right through the tail end of this level. He's
And the
just four reds.
yeah, I mean, but he was getting so many reds and just the right reds he needed. So he wins the match with a 733.
So GG's to Swang, GG's to Ibar. That was a tough way to start, and coming back as hard and as fast as he did, that's not something just everybody can do. So GG's to him, and I can't wait to see what he does in the finals next month.